I'm shocked that a budget device that's under $200 has display features I never seen on a flagship.
What's good, YouTube? It's your man BG Tech Life, and today we got to shout out TCL. TCL sent out your boy the TCL 50 XL NXTPaper 5G. Now, this is a device that's been out a while, and I feel like it was kind of overlooked because as I spent about a week with this device, I noticed that it has some clutch features to be a budget device. Yes, a device that the price point is going to be under 200 bucks, sometimes under $150, depending on how you pick up this device. But it has some very useful features that other phones have. Then it has some very useful features that just this device has. So let's go ahead and just get straight into it. Now, guys, I've been utilizing this device for about a week now and just really checking it out, giving it a real chance, reviewing it, utilizing it, and seeing how it runs. And I will say my experience was better than expected, and this device definitely had more features than expected. Now, I'm definitely partial to some of these devices in the budget range because these days in budget devices, a lot of times you're going to get that micro SD card expansion, which is here on this TCL device, and you're going to get a headphone jack. So those are two things that I really miss from flagship devices that own budget devices these days. So this device is already starting off with two wins. But let's go ahead and take a look at all the specs. Now, basically in settings under my device, it tells you a lot about this device, guys. And I really like this little overlay of what the device is actually built of. I think it's pretty dope. So as you can see, this device is actually utilizing Android 15, which is not bad at all for a budget device because it's budget devices that's not touching Android 15 yet, especially at this price point. As you can see, we're getting 6 gigs of RAM, but you can also do RAM expansion if you have enough leftover memory for another 6 gigs. So a total of 12 gigs of RAM. You got a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 on board, 128 gigs of storage, and you got a 120 hertz display at 1080. So 120 hertz is dope. Remember, the iPhone just got to 120 hertz. Also, guys, as far as battery go, we got a nice size battery. This is big as the battery in the S25 Ultra. This battery is 5,010 milliamps. Matter of fact, it's 10 milliamps bigger than the battery in my S25 Ultra. As far as the cameras go, front-facing camera, 32 megapixels. And the rear-facing camera, you're getting a triple camera setup. You're getting a 50 megapixel main sensor. You're getting a 5 megapixel ultra wide, and then a 2 megapixel auxiliary lens, which is kind of like a macro to me. So one of the most impressive things about this device so far, guys, is actually the display. Now this display is 1080, but it has like an anti-reflective, glare-free type coating that doesn't leave fingerprints on the display. I like the coating actually on this actual display, guys. It looks good at a lot of angles, and it definitely gets rid of glare. Also, you got the next vision options where you can actually get the display dialed in to whatever preference you like, a more natural or more vibrant looking display. Even though it has a coating on here for anti-glare, the display still pops. And also with the display, you have the NXTPaper zone, guys. So this display can work almost like an ebook. You can use ink paper mode where it's just a pure black and white mode. No matter what you're looking at on your display, it's pure black and white. That's really dope. You have color paper mode, low saturation, soft color, paper-like display effect. So if you don't like bright and vibrant, or you trying to get ready for bed and go to sleep, but you want to look at your phone, but you don't want a whole bunch of bright lights in your eye, that's a really good mode for that. Then you have the regular mode, guys. So something that I'd never really seen on a lot of other devices, especially the ink paper mode. Let's just take a look at that really quick. I'm gonna put the device in ink paper mode so y'all can actually see it. And as you can see, guys, straight black and white. So if you like to read ebooks and things of that nature, you can definitely turn this device into one of those. Now, as far as the camera go, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It surprised me how many modes are in this camera. You got a night mode, of course you got video, photo, you got portrait, and also it surprised me, guys, that you have a pro mode. So you can actually go into pro mode on the camera if you're really into photography and dial that 50 megapixel lens in and kind of take the pictures that you want to take. Now, I will say for this price point, guys, you can take some decent pictures with this 50 megapixel sensor. So I think that's pretty dope because under $200, you normally don't even want to look at the camera section of a phone. And also, you still can get some 1080 video. Now, we take a look at the build on the device. It doesn't feel super cheap, guys. Even though it's a plastic build, it's got like a nice hard plastic build where it doesn't feel super cheap or it doesn't feel super hollow. It actually has a little heft to it. We got some TCL branding. As you can see, we got the camera island going on here, guys, with the triple sensor setup. And it looks pretty clean, guys. Almost, I mean, if you took a look at it, it looked like some of the flagships that's out there right now that people are really using and raving about. And the frame of the device actually gives you like a brushed aluminum look, and you don't get too many fingerprints. So I think for under 200 bucks, definitely the actual build on this device looks A1 compared to a lot of what you're going to see at this price point, even from manufacturers that's been making budget phones forever. Also, you have a nice single hole punch for your front facing camera, 32 megapixels, so you can get that selfie done. And at the same time, I hate when a budget device, guys, they have a teardrop notch. Like everything in this price range always have a teardrop notch. I like the single pinhole. I like how TCL's got it really cleaned up right here. This is a good look. Now, as far as performance goes, I will say the 6300 from Dimensity does a decent job. Anything that you normally would do on the phone, you could definitely do on this device with no issue. You can even do some light gaming on this device. Now, one thing I did notice is you can put this device, you can force it into 120 hertz. When you force it into 120 hertz, sometimes during scrolling, you will get a little shake. But I like to keep the actual display in smart refresh mode. And in that mode, I notice, guys, that the display can go up and down and refresh rate, and the scroll is a lot smoother. So in that smart refresh mode, definitely a smooth scroll on this device, especially for this price point. And you got a actual processor, definitely offers enough power to handle the things you're gonna do day to day with your device. Scroll social media, take pictures, light gaming, things of that nature. But definitely big shout out to TCL for sending this device over. I think at a $200 price point and under, this definitely cleans up some of the competition, guys. You got a device with some unique features that is actually power enough to rely on day to day for everything that you'll do on a smartphone. You have a camera system where you can actually take a decent picture and at the same time get HD video, and it offers a pro mode if you want to play around with the photography. So definitely a cool little budget device here. You guys know I love to put my hands on budget devices every now and then. It's your boy BG Tech Life. If you're watching, make sure you subscribe. I'm out. Peace.